Is the Agatha trailer out? It is that, dude, Vince, and we're going to talk about it. So maybe you want to pause the stream, check it out, then come back to us, because I'm going to talk about the Agatha trailer. I know Perp's seen it. I don't know if Dan's seen it. Have you seen the Agatha trailer?
I watch no trailers if I can help it, because I think they give away way too much. I hate trailers, to be completely frank and honest about it. So no, I did see that it was out, and I'm looking forward to watching the show, but I have not seen the trailer.
Well, we won't get into what's in the trailer. We'll just get into our reactions to the. Did we like the trailer?
Sure.
We'll try to keep.
I've heard tell of some of the people who are involved in the show, that are new additions that were not a part of WandaVision. So I've heard some rumblings about that. But yeah, I don't. When does it premiere? November?
They said September.
October.
They said it's late
September.
Halloween.
Oh, that makes sure. That makes sense.
So, did you watch WandaVision?
I did.
Because I don't want to spoil it, but it was Agatha All Along.
It was Agatha All Along. I think that might actually be the only Marvel show I watched all the way through. No, that's not true. Loki season 1 I saw all the way through, and Secret Invasion, because I thought it would have something to do with the Marvels, which it really didn't. I think that's it. I've sampled all of them so I could review them for the show, from my channel, but I think those are the only ones I've seen like full seasons of.
WandaVision is the best one.
I mean, it would have to be. It was so good. I think I might have given it an A or an A+. I mean, I loved it.
I would highly recommend She-Hulk too. That's my second favorite. WandaVision and She-Hulk are by a wide margin my two favorites.
Okay. Yes, I enjoyed the couple episodes of She-Hulk that I saw.
All right. Anthony supports you in your endeavor, Perp. I'm not sure which endeavor that is.
Just being a dinosaur and hanging out.
CJH says, Big Woke Joe, now with karate chop action and glow-in-the-dark eyes. Yes, that's my action figure coming out, Big Woke Joe. So check it out. It's going to be great. All right. I'm trying to remember what I put. Oh, yeah. Okay. Look, I got the title of the stream right up there.
Agatha.
Yeah, Agatha. Before we get to Agatha, though, there's something else I want to mention, and that's Collider. What? No, Collider had a great article in the last couple days regarding a show that is currently airing its final season on Paramount Plus. The show's Evil. I don't know, Perp. Evil's right up your alley. Yeah, watching Evil?
My girlfriend is currently watching Evil right now.
Evil
she's liking it.
Yeah, it's in its final season. It's in season 4, final season, and the cast and crew do not want to be done with this show. Paramount Plus canceled it. The lead actress, and I'm probably going to mispronounce her name, Katja Herbers, or I don't know. She's Dutch, I think, but she has actually gone out on social media and encouraged Netflix or Prime or someone pick this show up. And I'm not up to date on season 4. I'm in season 4, but I'm several episodes behind. And
I'm behind as well. I know I've seen the first 2 seasons. I don't know if I got past that, but this is already the second home for the show.
Yeah, well, sort of. It was a CBS show, so it would air on CBS, and because it was a CBS show, it would also air on Paramount. Well, it was at the time CBS All Access. Right. Because that was the home for CBS shows. Season 1 was
proper CBS.
Yes, it was. And I'm not sure why they took it off CBS proper, because from what I understand, it was doing well in the rate. No, you know what it was? I'll tell you, I'm going back in fuzzy memories here. I don't think it was a huge ratings hit, but at the time it was also season 1, only season 1, was also airing on Netflix. And I think it did really well on Netflix. So Paramount Plus was like, we'll greenlight season 2.
Yeah, because it was a few years between season 1 and 2.
Yeah. The pandemic happened in.
Maybe I was going to say maybe that was COVID related too. I don't know.
Yeah. But I would love to see that show get picked up. I don't know how this. Apparently, this season does have a proper ending. They were Paramount brought them back to do a couple extra episodes so they get in the series proper. Final episode hasn't aired yet, but I don't know how final it is. I know season 2 of Quantum Leap on Peacock and NBC, they kind of knew they may not get a third season. So they managed to do a satisfying wrap up that left the door open. So it's like, yeah, you can do more, but if this is it, you're also not going to be like, what happens now? So I don't know if it's one of those endings where it's like, okay, we've closed it just enough that the doors, want to crack. So
Do you
I don't
think
know.
those are weird, Joe? When a series has like a sort of a placeholder finale, because that seems to be on trend these days because things that get canceled, at the drop of a hat. A lot of shows like they sort of wrap up all loose ends at the end of a season just in case, but then there's no cliffhangers anymore. It's like, where do you go then from there?
Well,
They have to start a whole new.
I would prefer that though. I would
Yeah, because
prefer
I
that
guess you
than
get
like
an ending if it does get canceled.
I think we were just talking about a week or so ago about Legends of Tomorrow, DC's Legends of Tomorrow on the CW. The producers came out and said they ended the season on a cliffhanger because they didn't know if they were going to get picked up, and they thought ending on a cliffhanger would force the network's hand to make them pick them up again. And what they did was they screwed the fans.
Yeah, that never works.
Yeah, Angel. Joss Whedon went to the network and demanded an early pickup, and they said, no, you're canceled. So,
wow.
All right. And Isaac, a couple people, Isaac is here that want to know what we think of the Agatha trailer. So, Perp, I'll let you go first. This trailer seemed very horror-esque. I mean, obviously she's a witch, but I think the original series was a little more comedic, and this seemed to lean more into the horror than the comedy.
Sure.
What are you thinking?
Well, I've been saying for a while, because Marvel's been taking a bit of a hit, in terms of people kind of like not really digging the later stuff with some of the shows. Even the Marvels underperformed, and I felt it. It's like Marvel always listened to the fans. I felt that. And in terms of like course correcting their films, and one of my problems with the Marvel films as of late is that they felt very I don't want to say stale, but they felt very samey in terms of visual look and style. And so when I saw this trailer, I was just like blown away by the colors, the variety of tone and styles that we were seeing. It was just like, it was really it was a breath of fresh air visually for Marvel that I really, really enjoyed, that I couldn't even get from the Deadpool trailer, So I really, really dug it in that aspect. I dug that they are, if I could do minor spoilers, sorry, Dan.
It's okay.
They did a nice transfer of the whole WandaVision, every episode's a show. Like in the beginning of the trailer, they did a nice trailer where it looks like they put her in like this, where Agatha's in this CSI sort of show where she's like investigating a murder, and it's done like in this sort of crime investigation TV episode thing. I just loved it because it goes from there to go on whatever Agatha story's in. So they're doing like a transition almost, which I also appreciated and love. There was just so many I really dug it. I really dug just I guess the variety of stuff that looks like we're going to be looking at, experiencing. And that was my main complaint of Marvel that is being addressed here, is like a visual upgrade a bit.
Okay. I was slightly disappointed that, I mean, I liked the trailer. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the show. But I was slightly disappointed that the trailer wasn't more comedic, because I do think Catherine Hahn is a tremendous comedic actress, and she really brought so much scenery chewing to the original WandaVision. And I kind of hope that they don't abandon that completely. I want to see that side of her again, because that let's be honest, that's what we all fell in love with. Like, I mean, when she came out and we got the Agatha All Along theme song, and I killed Sparky too, we all just were like, this is the greatest thing I've seen on TV in years. So.
Sure. I think, they have.
Go ahead.
No, I was just a quick thing. They have Aubrey Plaza as a villain. I think it's going to be funny. Don't worry about that,
Yeah, she was one of the names I had heard mentioned with the show, Aubrey Plaza. I'm wondering if maybe that is just a marketing technique because some of the complaints about their recent output is that it is too jokey. Thor 4, for example, or
Very
whatever that
true,
was called,
Dan.
got Love and Thunder, whatever. And that was certainly one of my complaints with Thor Love and Thunder. So maybe the show itself will be more comedic than they're letting on. Again, I didn't see the trailer, but that would make sense to me from a marketing perspective, that maybe they're distancing themselves a little bit from that.
Maybe. I don't know. I love the sense of humor that they bring to like I love like Thor 4 is my favorite Thor movie, and part of the reason I love it is because of the humor. And I don't know. The funny thing is that's worked so well for them for so long, and now you hear people complaining about it, and it's like I almost wonder, is it a real complaint or is it just the interneting?
I can tell you it's a real complaint from me. That's one of the
Okay.
reasons I thought Thor 4 was the worst of the Thor movies. I thought they leaned way too much into the levity of it all, uh, and the recurring gags and everything.
Hmm.
Like Deadpool is a gag, uh, hero. Thor, not so much. And we got a bit of that in the third one, which I thought was the perfect amount. And then 4, I just think Taika Waititi just went off the deep end with it. So I can tell you personally that is a real complaint from me.
Okay. All right.
Although Thor 2 was very bad, so I can that's probably up there
Yeah,
as well.
I think I think Dan's on the money where because I also have had a problem with some of the marketing as well that I feel that could be it's getting addressed. There was like this I could see the horror element. I felt there was also this whimsical, almost Harry, like it's another. It felt Harry Potterish, to be honest, where it's like Harry Potter could do the dark stuff, like it's like a mix of that. Like there's some key visuals there that made me feel Harry Potter. In terms of Agatha is going to be the lead, right? And she has to kind of play like a hero role. So I could see where Joe's coming from, where maybe the comedic element will be diminished because she has to take things a little more serious as the lead with whatever plot devices are thrown at her. It's like you have to take it kind of serious. But I'm sure within that, I could already see Marvel playing with the fact that she did kill a dog in the last one. Like they're going to be making jokes that she's not supposed to be a hero or whatever of the story or something like that. Within like, oh, you're not, oh, like we're like the good guys, right? And she's doing something messed up. Like I could totally see that happening. But yeah, the marketing, especially after the Marvels, I felt like I didn't even go to the theater to see that because I didn't like the trailer at all. I ended up enjoying the movie when I eventually saw it, but that was another thing that I had a critique of until outside of the visuals, the marketing hasn't been as
You bring up marketing, and this wasn't on my list of things to discuss, but I want to segue into something on marketing because it's something worth talking about. Uh, Before we get to that, though, just to stay on topic with Agatha, one thing I noticed in the trailer that I don't hear people talking about is Deborah Jo Rupp, that '70s shows that Kitty from that '70s show. She was obviously in WandaVision as one of the townspeople, but we didn't get any indications she was a witch. She just looked like she was one of the townspeople who had her mind wiped in that show, and now she looks like she's part of Agatha's coven. Was she a witch this whole time and we didn't know it, or do you think they just were like, "Oh, she's a name. Let's get her." That people know her. People grew up on that '70s show. We got to.
Who was she in WandaVision?
She was one of the townspeople.
Okay, well, think about this. What if she wants revenge on Wanda and Agatha, and that's why she's going with Agatha?
Oh, maybe. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine, again, not seeing the trailer, I would imagine that will be explained in an early episode. But Joe, I think you're right, because she is not only from that '70s show, but of course that '90s show is back for season 2 on Netflix this week. So maybe right, they're just kind of, hey, let's definitely get her in the trailer to make sure people have one more person to recognize.
I was just thinking, I didn't even think about this until we started talking about it, but it's kind of a Parks and Rec reunion because you got Aubrey Plaza and Catherine Hahn back together.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot
she,
they were. Yeah.
Yeah, she was great as the like the spin doctor or whatever on the campaigns.
That was a great show.
Maybe
Yeah,
Star
yeah,
Lord
yeah.
shows up.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Make it happen.
Right,
Make it
the-
happen.